Your doctor probably told you to stop drinking coffee after your heart diagnosis. Maybe you gave it up completely. Maybe you have been drinking decaf every morning, wondering if that 1 cup you had last Tuesday caused your heart to flutter. I need to tell you something important, and it might make you very happy. Brand new research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association in 2025, one of the most respected medical journals in the world, just turned everything you have been told about coffee and your heart upside down. I am Dr. Yasser Rodriguez, and in the next few minutes, I am going to walk you through what this landmark study actually found, what the top heart guidelines in America now say, and most importantly, what this means for you and your morning cup of coffee. But stay with me until the end, because there is a critical piece of information most people miss. And if you miss it, you could end up making a mistake in the other direction. Let us start with the myth. For decades, patients with heart rhythm problems, especially atrial fibrillation, have been told the same thing. Cut the coffee. Caffeine is dangerous for your heart. Doctors said it. Nurses said it. Well-meaning family members definitely said it. And honestly, it made sense on the surface. Caffeine speeds up your heart. It gives you that jittery feeling. So the thinking was, if your heart is already misfiring, the last thing you want is something that makes it race. Here is the problem. That assumption was never actually proven. It was passed down from doctor to doctor, generation after generation, without solid clinical trial evidence to back it up. Now, for the first time ever, we have that evidence. A real randomized clinical trial, the gold standard of medical research, and the results say the opposite of what everyone expected. Before I show you the data, I need to explain what is actually happening inside your heart during atrial fibrillation. Because once you understand the mechanism, the research will make complete sense. Think of your heart like a perfectly synchronized orchestra. Every section plays together in rhythm. That is a normal heartbeat. In atrial fibrillation, it is like someone knocked over the conductor. The upper chambers of your heart start firing chaotically and out of sync. Instead of a symphony, you get noise. Now here's what most people do not know. One of the chemicals in your own body that triggers this electrical chaos is called adenosine. Adenosine shortens the recovery time of your heart's electrical cells. That makes it much easier for that chaotic firing to start and keep going. Here's where it gets interesting. Caffeine, the very thing you have been told to avoid, is a natural adenosine blocker. It literally blocks the receptors that adenosine uses to cause problems in your heart. This is not a theory. This is basic cardiac pharmacology. It is taught in medical schools, and it is one of the key reasons the newest research is finding something remarkable. Coffee may not be your heart's enemy. It may actually be working in your favor. Now let me walk you through the research, starting with the most important study you have probably never heard of. In 2025, researchers published the decaf trial in the Journal of the American Medical Association. Decaf stands for Does Eliminating Coffee Avoid Fibrillation? It was presented at the American Heart Association's scientific sessions to some of the top cardiologists in the world. Here is what they did. 200 patients with persistent atrial fibrillation, real patients with an average age of 69, were successfully shocked back into normal heart rhythm. Then they were randomly split into 2 groups. One group was told to drink at least 1 cup of caffeinated coffee every day. The other group was told to avoid all caffeine completely for 6 months. The results were stunning. The coffee drinkers had a 39% lower risk of atrial fibrillation coming back. 47% of coffee drinkers had a recurrence, compared to 64% of those who avoided caffeine entirely. Let me say that again. The patients who kept drinking coffee had significantly fewer atrial fibrillation episodes than the ones who gave it up completely. And there was no difference in hospitalizations, emergency room visits, or deaths between the 2 groups. Coffee was not just safe, it appeared genuinely protective. But the decaf trial is not the only evidence. A massive study using the UK Biobank looked at nearly 400,000 people. That is not a small sample. That is nearly the population of New Orleans being studied at once. They found that every additional daily cup of coffee was associated with a 3% lower risk of developing a heart arrhythmia. This held true specifically for atrial fibrillation and other fast heart rhythms. Researchers also used a sophisticated genetic analysis technique called Mendelian randomization. This method helps establish true cause and effect, not just coincidence. And the result was clear. No evidence that caffeine increases arrhythmia risk. None. Now here is the part that should really get your attention. The American College of Cardiology, the American Heart Association, and the Heart Rhythm Society, the most authoritative heart organizations in the United States, updated their official guidelines in 2023. On caffeine, they gave abstention a Class 3 rating. In plain English, that means telling patients to avoid caffeine to prevent atrial fibrillation episodes provides no benefit. The guidelines specifically state that randomized trials, large population studies, and genetic studies all fail to show that caffeine is harmful, and most show it is either neutral or protective. The science has spoken, and the guidelines have followed. Now let us zoom out from atrial fibrillation for a moment, because coffee's relationship with your heart goes even deeper. A landmark review published in the New England Journal of Medicine, the most prestigious medical journal on earth, concluded that 3 to 5 cups of filtered coffee per day is associated with the lowest risk of cardiovascular disease. Not the highest risk, the lowest. Coffee has been linked to reduced risk of coronary artery disease, stroke, heart failure, and cardiovascular death. And just this year, a 2025 review in the European Heart Journal summarized that moderate coffee consumption is associated with reduced risk of high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, heart attack, arrhythmias, heart failure, and overall mortality. Harvard researcher Dr. Rob Van Dam and his colleagues put it simply: a large body of evidence suggests that caffeinated coffee does not increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Here's one reason why. Coffee is one of the most powerful antioxidant sources in the average American's diet. It has higher antioxidant activity per serving than black tea or herbal tea. These antioxidants help fight the chronic inflammation that drives heart disease and worsens atrial fibrillation over time. The picture keeps getting clearer. Moderate coffee is not your enemy. For most people, it may actually be an ally. Now here is the part I promised you, the critical nuance. Please do not skip this. If you are sitting there thinking, "But Dr. Rodriguez, I know coffee triggers my AFib," I can feel it. I hear you, and I take that seriously. The official guidelines acknowledge this directly. Many patients genuinely report that caffeine triggers their episodes, and science offers a very important explanation for why that perception exists, even when the data does not support it as a true cause. Here is the first explanation. Caffeine makes you more aware of your own heartbeat. It heightens your sensitivity to palpitations and rhythm changes. So you may be noticing atrial fibrillation episodes that would have happened anyway, but now you are connecting them to the coffee you just drank. Here is the second explanation. Caffeine can cause palpitations or a racing sensation that feels exactly like atrial fibrillation, but is not an actual arrhythmia at all. Here is the third explanation. Caffeine may make the symptoms of an episode feel more intense or uncomfortable without actually causing the episode itself. Feeling worse during an episode is not the same as causing the episode. That is a crucial distinction. That said, the guidelines do acknowledge this. If you genuinely feel that caffeine worsens your symptoms and avoiding it improves your quality of life, that is a completely valid and personal decision. Your lived experience matters. What the science is clear about is this: there is no evidence-based reason for your doctor to routinely tell every heart patient to give up coffee. Before I give you your action plan, there are 3 important guardrails I need you to hear. Number 1, not all coffee is equal. Unfiltered coffee, like French press, Turkish coffee, or boiled coffee, contains a compound called caffeine. Caffeine raises your LDL cholesterol, the bad kind. Filtered coffee does not have this problem. If heart disease is a concern for you, filtered coffee is your best choice. Number 2, excessive caffeine is a completely different story. Case reports have linked very high caffeine intake, especially from energy drinks containing 300 to 500 milligrams or more per serving, to arrhythmias. This is especially true in younger people. Moderate coffee consumption is nothing like pounding energy drinks. Do not use this research as a license to go overboard. Number 3, do not start drinking coffee specifically to protect your heart. The guidelines are very clear on this point. If you already enjoy coffee, the evidence says you can keep enjoying it. If you do not currently drink coffee, this is not a prescription to start. The research supports continuing a habit you already have, not creating a new one for medical reasons. Here is your practical action plan. 5 simple steps. Step 1, if you currently drink coffee and have been told to stop because of atrial fibrillation or heart concerns, bring this conversation to your cardiologist. Mention the decaf trial, published in the Journal of the American Medical Association in 2025. Mention the 2023 ACC and AHA guidelines. Ask if continued moderate coffee consumption is appropriate for your specific situation. Step 2. Stick to moderate amounts, 1 to 5 cups of filtered coffee per day. This is the range consistently associated with cardiovascular benefit in the research. Step 3. Pay attention to your own body. If you wear a heart monitor or smartwatch, keep a simple log. If coffee consistently shows up right before documented atrial fibrillation episodes, that is worth a real conversation with your doctor. Individual variation does exist. Step 4. Avoid high caffeine energy drinks entirely. They are not the same as coffee and carry a very different risk profile. Step 5. Never change your medications based on anything you hear in a YouTube video, including this one. This information is meant to help you have a better, more informed conversation with your doctor, not to replace that conversation. Now, if you have been white-knuckling your mornings without coffee, scared it was quietly hurting your heart, you do not need to panic. The science has spoken, and for most people it is on your side. The best medicine is an informed patient, and now you are one of them. If this video helped you, please share it with someone you love who has been told to give up coffee after a heart diagnosis. They deserve to know this too. Make sure to go to fightafib.com to download your free AFib patient guide and sign up for our newsletter. And if you want to go deeper, my next video covers the real lifestyle changes proven to reduce atrial fibrillation burden, the ones your doctor may not be spending enough time explaining to you. I am Dr. Yasser Rodriguez. I will see you in the next one.